How did you feel about what Trevon tweeted about his brother and his brother's quarterback?
I didn't feel anything at all. It's his brother. It's his family. For 1 second, if you sit up here, you or Michael, but you in particular, Skip, you sit up here and you think for 1 second that we don't get in our cars after a game and have a conversation with somebody, whether it's your family, your wife, your girlfriend, your brother, your cousin, your agent. For 1 second, anybody that's close to you, you're going to communicate with them after the game, okay? Whether it's a good game or a bad game, and if it's still a good game, but there were some things in the game that didn't go well, you're going to tell them. Am I lying, Michael?
Right.
You're going to sit there and you're going to say, yo, man, this dude here.
All the way around.
What the hell I'm dealing with, man? This is, man, and you just going to go into it. You ain't going to tell your brother don't say nothing. You ain't going to tell your mother don't say nothing. You're just not. It's just not. You've covered this stuff long enough, Skip, and you've seen it. Family members are there to protect you, voice their frustrations and your feelings and frustrations at the same time. Everything that Stefon Diggs told his brother was not, everything he told him was for him, but at the same time, he didn't tell him not to share it because it's not what you do. I ain't gonna tell my brother, when I played, if my brother had Twitter or social media, oh, man, y'all have thought I was the craziest dude in the world, I'm sure. Y'all think that anyway.
I don't think you would have loved that.
You know?
Skip, that's so
no,
funny,
I wouldn't have cared.
Listen.
Just like I don't care now.
Right.
Okay? I got a nephew that plays in the National Football League at a very high level. Okay? I communicate with him. But I don't deal with social media. So therefore, you're not going to get anything from me because that's just how I approach things. But I got a lot right here. Ooh, I got some stuff. But it ain't for you. It's just for us.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay? But that's not the way the Diggs family operates.
Right.
Stefon Diggs ain't going to say, well, my brother should have never did that, blah, blah, blah. That's what he want to do. I can't control him. If that's what he wants to do.
But he said that's family. We 100.
Family.
All the way 100 now.
It's family. And I know people take exception with it. And you say about Josh Allen, man, Trevon Diggs don't give a damn about no Josh Allen. He care about his brother. And he care about his brother's emotions and feelings and his play and where he's trying to go to and win a championship. Stefon Diggs didn't tell the public that. That's his brother that's displaying that. Stefon Diggs is there with a Bills jersey and a helmet on trying to help the team win as long as he's there. So I don't want people to all of a sudden start to attack Stefon because his brother's feelings a certain way, even though, in my opinion, some of that probably came from Stefon to his brother in a conversation on a ride home or a flight throughout the course of a season. I mean, that's just that's the reality of it.
There's no probably about that.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
That happens. And you eloquently
I say probably because I don't know factually.
I find this interesting because my brother Derek, just last week, Skip, and you won't remember, was bringing it up. He said, man, every time I watch you up there with Skip, man, you don't remember. We were doing a show back in Dallas back in the day. I think it was you and Randy Galloway. So, and I brought my brother, and you know, Skip was getting on me. My brother had steam coming out of his head, you know. So he was like, man, I gotta go get them jokes. They can't be talking like this. You know, he was just going off. He was going off. So he says now to me, it's so funny seeing you up there. Because I told him then, I said, they're just doing their job. You gotta calm down. They're doing their job, dude. You can't be with me here if you're going to be acting like this. You know, I said, they're good dudes. And it's so funny. He laughed because he said, I can't believe you're up there working with Skip every day. And he brought that back up to me.
I can't believe you're here.
Right. But that's the world of it. This thing right here, I said in the genesis of this season, the beginning of this season, when they had a little something going, and I saw all the pointing at his head and all that, think. I said, there's something going on here. There's something going on. I told you guys about painting over rust. I said, you got to deal with the issue. You just can't paint over rust because the rust will come back up. I sat here and took the Buffalo Bills out of the playoffs. This is the beginning of the season. I said, I'm going to have both. You don't fix the issue, it's coming back. This offseason when Trevon got that big money, Trevon Diggs got that big money, you know what Stefon Diggs was? He was in Dallas. I didn't see him. I didn't talk to him. But I know he was, and I know the people he was with. And he was spending time with his little brother. And you guys got to understand the relationship here. Stefon Diggs is a big brother that took care of little brother. Little brother looks up to big brother in a big, big way. Little brother ain't saying nothing that big brother hadn't said to him. He won't disrespect Stefon like that. He loves him like that. He'll never do it. I heard that they love each other. You know, the brothers, they love each other. In the ideal world, they would love to be playing together. Sure. Now, I'm not saying that as anything with doing all this, but I'm saying in an ideal world, I heard they would love to be playing together. And then you start getting all of this kind of stuff out. No, this is real key. You start getting all this stuff. Then you start, oh, they don't mean nothing. Everything means something. I don't know what it is, but everything means something. There is something going on in Buffalo, and it's going to come to an end. No, I didn't say any of that. I'm just telling you, I just gave you as much as I can give you about what I knew.
I didn't say you said anything, sir.
Without stepping over any line.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, I hear every word you guys just spoke. I know you got in the car after games with your loved ones, your friends, your family, and you just spilled about what happened in the game. But there was no social media, as you pointed out. And if there had been, and any one of your family members had gone to Twitter or IG or whatever platform and spilled to the public what you had just spilled to them, I don't think you would have loved it, because it would have put you in a precarious position with your quarterback or maybe your head coach. And in this case, they do love each other the way brothers love each other. I got that. But in trying to defend Stefon publicly, Trevon put him in an even worse and more damaging position with his quarterback, because it was already thin icy at best case between Stefon and Josh Allen in Buffalo. And all of a sudden, you have validated Josh's suspicions about you. You're saying, oh, Josh, you were nothing. My brother made you something. And listen, Josh ain't going to love it. And it will validate whatever sort of between-the-lines suspicions Josh already had, because anything that comes from a brother is gospel. I know that's exactly how Stefon feels, because he's that close to Trevon.
Yes.
And Trevon went public with it. And Josh and Sean McDermott are not going to love that, because it just makes it even harder for Stefon and Josh to get along.
For 1 minute, don't skip.
Unless, remember what happened in Minnesota. Unless now, because at the beginning of this year, when they start talking about everything, Trevon got a big contract. Unless Stefon is talking about, where's my new money, with all these new deals coming.
You got new money last year.
Right. Yeah. I'm something's going on here, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Something's going on.
I don't think.
Why is he trying to point out that this didn't take off until our guy got there? Why is he trying to point that out? That's the tweet that threw me off. Yeah. That's the one. Why do you put the quarterback in this?
You know, Skip, as far as Josh Allen being put on notice about the way Stefon Diggs appreciates him, looks at him, whatever the case, he already know that. He already know. He already know he doesn't mess with him like that.
You would suspect that, but this would drive it home.
No, they already done drove it. He drove it home when he went at him in the offseason. He already done sat down with him. So Josh Allen is already approaching it, looking at it with toothpicks in his eyes. Because he already knows that I got to do right by Stefon Diggs, or else there's going to be problems. Remember, Brandon Beane, the general manager, Sean McDermott, the head coach, sat down with them to solve those issues. Yeah. So they already know what it is. You don't think he ain't hiding nothing.
Gasoline on the fire?
No, because it is already done. He already knows that when they walk away, when their careers are over and they walk away, there's a very small likelihood that they'll still be on the daily contact. Different than Michael and Troy, because Michael never had to approach Troy in that manner. See, when you don't have to approach the quarterback in a manner like that, you got to sit down with Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones, there ain't no broken relationship. Regardless if they playing on the field or not, when they between the white lines, they going to say all the right things. But when they get away from each other, Josh Allen saying some stuff, Skip, to some of his people too. It just isn't being public, that's all.
But in the end, the most important person in the organization is the quarterback. I mean, you act like the quarterback needs to make sure the wide receiver is happy, and I think it's the other way around.
No.
Right.
The quarterback better make sure the receiver's happy.
Well, and again, that's why I'm trying to discern that last tweet towards Josh. That's the one that's confusing.
Because we've seen him with him, and we've seen him without him.
Whew. Boy, I don't know. Okay, guess who's next? It's Wayne's World. It's time for Lil Wayne to join us and talk about, you know what he said last week, trade AD.
Stirred it up.
Talk about Dak MVP. That is next.
Stirred it up.
Oh,
He
fella,
stirred
come
it
on,
up.
where you
That's
at?
what he did.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.